Now, a new movement disrupted the beauty industry the past few years. Clean beauty topped the list of holy grails for women who prefer natural, non-toxic ingredients. But what really is clean beauty, and how do you know whether your skincare is really clean? Pure Culture co-founder and CEO Stephanie Oller joins us live today. Stephanie, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You know, a lot of women now choose to use beauty products that are all natural, organic, right? Clean beauty. Now, for the sake of our viewers, what exactly is clean beauty?
So, in a quicker definition, clean beauty is when it's free from chemicals that are bad for your bloodstream and your system and bad for your immunology, basically. But in layman's words, within your skin is what you call a microbiome. So it's like a forest. It has trillions of microbes in it, and they fight for survival every day, and that has to be in balance. So imagine that forest having like big trees, leaves, flowering plants, fruits, worms, you know, predators, preys, frogs, birds, everything. These microbes have to be living in balance so you don't get breakouts, so you don't get dry patches, so you don't get eczema flares. But every time that there's it's called dysbiosis, or there's a disbalance in that ecosystem within your skin, that's when you start seeing skin issues. You know, you get pimples that never go away, you get dry skin, patches that never go away, and then you start using products, right?
Yeah.
Most of the products in the market, if you read the labels, they have microplastics.
Yeah.
They have petrochemical derivatives. They contain sulfates or silicones or silica wax, which is typically used for candles, and you put it on your skin. And so more than 60% of what you put on your skin is absorbed into your bloodstream.
Yes.
And so that affects and nukes basically almost all the microbes within your microbiome. So no one's left there to defend it from, you know, fungi, bacteria, causing germs, causing infections and stuff like that.
You know, we mentioned that this is a disruption of the industry, but here in the Philippines, there's not a lot of clean beauty here. You mentioned a percentage a while ago. I know this is a rough estimate of how much you feel there are clean beauty products within the Philippines. Just what levels are we at?
The Philippines is at its infancy stage when it comes to the idea and the concept of clean beauty. Majority of the products, the skincare space here is huge.
Yes.
And everyone wants to be pretty, right? And like pimple free.
Yeah.
But then people are not yet very informed about what they should be looking for and what they should be taking out of what they put in their skins and even what they bring to their homes, right? So in the Philippines, majority of the high-performance clean skincare options we get are imported ones. And so they're very expensive, and they're designed for white men's skin, Japanese skin, Korean skin. But Filipinos have huge pores because it's humid here. We live in a tropical country, so the climate is different, our pore sizes. 8 out of 10 Filipinos have acne-prone or oily skin because of the climate, right? And so when you start doing that 10-step Korean skincare, I'm sure each of us or most of us have tried it.
Yeah.
Parang after 5 minutes, you're so greasy when you go
it's a
up.
lot.
Yeah.
I think I broke out more when I tried that because I was
Yes.
putting product after product after product.
Yeah. So clean beauty exactly starts with that. You don't need to use a lot of products. The goal is for you to just wear your bare skin and keep it at it's glowing even if you don't use your foundation, because from the inside your microbiome is balanced. And it's not easy to achieve that because a lot of the products in the Philippines utilize ingredients that are commercially produced, so they're priced cheaper. You know, like ethanol, alcohol nukes everything in your microbiome. It kills everything.
I mean, I want to piggyback on what you said earlier. It's kind of scary that most of the products that we use have microplastics and all those other bad things that our skin is absorbing. So when we're looking for beauty products, is there a certain type of label that we need to watch out for to know if it's a clean beauty product?
Okay, so there's this joke in the cancer community because a clean beauty product has to be safe even for those with chronic diseases like cancer.
Yeah.
So we work at Pure Culture, we work with cancer patients. So we're very safe, even for chemo patients. It's funny because there's a joke, when it's very difficult to pronounce and remember, it's a toxic ingredient.
Yeah.
Which is actually true.
And that goes with food as well.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes, correct,
Right.
correct. So, in our website, if people would visit purecultureph.com, they can download the free ebook. It's called Heck No Checklist. It is actually a glossary of everything toxic. A glossary of ingredients that's not good.
Oh, there it is. We're showing it on the screen.
Yeah,
Yes,
you see,
it's on the screen.
if you can tell all of us what it all means, you're either a scientist or you're lying.
Yeah.
yes. So you see the joke amongst the cancer patients when it's difficult to pronounce and remember, it most probably is. So in summary, sulfates, or if we can avoid that, let's avoid it. Silicones and silica wax, they actually clog your pores, so you break out more. And it's what, as I've mentioned, it's what they use on candles. So you know those mattifying finish products
Yeah.
that feel so good.
primers.
It feels so good because it has like wax,
Yeah.
like a candle.
Crazy. And we're putting that on our face.
Yes. If you love eyeliners, mascaras, there's one here that's called Carbon Black.
Yeah.
And I cannot forget because it's very easy to pronounce.
But still bad for you.
And it
It is.
sounds
It's
like
a petrochemical derivative.
yeah.
It's from charcoal. It's
Yeah.
very carcinogenic.
Oh my God.
it actually sounds like something that's used for machines.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
When you,
yeah.
when you-
cars.
Yeah, or for cars.
Yeah.
I just looked at it all again, and I'm like, yeah, that is a lot. And of course, when it comes to, you mentioned the Philippines have bigger pores,
Yeah.
pore shame. But when you look at the things that are the better options here, when you talk about clean
Yes.
beauty, like what are they typically made of that substitute all of that is healthier for Filipinos and anyone in general?
So it's good. This one, I highly recommend that people print it and then you start reading labels.
Right,
You can
yes.
have it in your vanity. It's a little checklist, right? But when it comes to ingredients that are good for you, I can speak about the ones that we formulate
Okay.
and the ones that we manufacture. So coming from our product lines, it's ingredients of natural origin. We like using ferment. It's a postbiotic. So it's like, it's a probiotic, ferment, prebiotic. So basically, we utilize postbiotics in our products. And imagine kimchi, you put it on your skin, something like that in layman's words. We also utilize biotechnology. So we don't have to use, let's say, one of our products that's very, very good for skin regeneration and minimizing fine lines is Bulgarian rose water. So Bulgarian roses, we harvest them from Bulgaria because it's the most potent and the most effective.
Okay.
And we utilize biotechnology to scale that. So biotechnology allows these amazing ingredients from nature to be mimicked in a scientific lab, so we don't have to use up all the Bulgarian rose petals in the world,
I'm excited
yeah.
to try that though. That
Yeah,
sounds
me too.
amazing.
Yeah. So what's tricky when it comes to organic and natural skincare is that typically shelf life is an issue.
Yeah,
I was just about to ask.
Yeah,
yes.
and also performance is always questionable.
That's true.
Some people would say they tried it, they didn't get an allergy attack, but they didn't really see any difference. So when now science comes in and technology comes in the form of biotechnology, that's when the best of both worlds come together, and that's when a skincare product becomes very high performance. When it's a high performance product, you typically see results in as fast as 3 weeks.
So you mentioned shelf life. Since these products use natural ingredients,
Yes.
right? Does that have a downside on its shelf life? And how long do the products usually last?
Well, shelf life wise, not necessarily, unless it has probiotics, which are of live microorganisms
Right.
that has to be refrigerated. That's why some very advanced skincare users in the West, they have fridges, right, in their
Yeah.
vanities,
Yes,
and they
yes.
do like those drops. So we don't do that at Pure. Our shelf life is 3 years.
Okay.
And that's where the power of science comes into the picture.
A lot of people are into sustainability now, are into
Yes.
trying to be clean and green, but then
Yes.
sometimes there is the susceptibility to greenwashing,
Yeah.
pretending to be
Yeah.
clean and all of that. Are there any signs to watch out for, or any things that are, or anything, so when you take a look at the ingredients, okay, tama to, this is actually right. Are there things to watch out for that when people say, oh, they're green, but they're actually not?
Okay. I love this question because it's so easy to answer. There are two things that we usually look out for when it comes to being truly clean, right? One is the packaging. So when the product or the brand or the company claims that they are all about sustainability, being very clean and all about the planet, but the packaging is non-biodegradable, that's questionable, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
okay, so after every user uses that, it ends up where, right?
Yeah.
So that's one. And then second is, we love biotech because exactly that. You don't need to harvest all the lato in Tacloban and Bohol because one of our primary actives is green caviar, which is lato, if you like the salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a very good anti-inflammatory. And that's the active of our our oily line. So you don't have to harvest all of it, but you just need some of it, and it's processed in biotech labs, and yeah.
So for our viewers, because I'm so interested now in clean beauty, for our viewers and for us, can you give us some tips on how we can start switching to clean beauty? Do you recommend switching fully or slowly? Because sometimes our skin, right? Like you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier, it
Yeah.
might break us out because it might get shocked. Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what's this?
And it also depends per person,
And
how
yeah,
the
per
skin
person
reacts
too.
to products.
That's true.
right?
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. And so the way we deal and the way we solve skincare issues at Pure Culture is very targeted to the individual. Everyone can visit purecultureph.com. There's a take the skin quiz button there, and you guys are free to take that. And then it will ask you questions like, what are your allergy triggers, the ones you know of, your exercise preference, your diet preference, your age range, and everything else. And then it will show you which products you can start with. So I think that's a very practical first step
Yeah.
because you don't have to spend a lot, you don't have to clear your vanity of everything else,
Yeah.
but just, start somewhere.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, Stephanie, are there any skincare hacks that you can share with us this morning?
Okay, at Pure Culture, we're all about rewilding the microbiome. We believe that the more microbes you have, the healthier biome you can keep, and the better glow you get from within, really. But the first step really is not skincare, it's working out. So the more you sweat out, the more you detoxify your body.
Good thing I've
that's
been
the top
working
hack.
out.
Yeah. And then your diet is something you should look out for.
Yes.
Ideally, the first thing you take in the morning would be warm water, and
Yeah.
just to warm it up. And then if you can have fiber. So when that thing that you ingest gets down to your stomach, your microbes in your gut are happy because they're dealing with so much fiber, which they love.
Okay.
And there's what we call the gut-brain-skin axis of the microbiome, right? So it's at the frontier of medical science today, right? And so your workout, don't forget to work out. Your diet, if you can have as much fiber as you can in a day, that'll be great. And skincare, step by step, not anything like huge or super major, but start reading the labels.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you mentioned workout, the camera zoomed in on me. Direct? Sabi mo? Ha? Just saying. But all joking.
Everybody's targeting
All
Paulo
joking
today.
aside, again, that is a Pure Culture co-founder and CEO, Stephanie Oller. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate
Thank you for having me. I hope you guys can visit us this weekend in Paraplant in Artefino, and you get to meet the team and you get started with your clean journey. We're very excited
Oh,
for
I'm gonna
you.
be there. I always go to
I'll be there.
Okay, I'll see you there.
I'll see you there. I'll see you guys.